Dumbbell, what's good, fans? What's up, nephews? Allow me to introduce myself real quick. My name is William. Let me welcome you to my channel. It's called William the Conqueror, and I'm the black belt of Bumble, and this is Johnny Dumbbell. He is my sensei of swiping, and we are here tonight to break down these dating profiles on Bumble to help you gentlemen read between the lines and give you some insight to what these ladies are really saying. Because we all know the things that women say publicly, that's not typically what they respond to. So we're here tonight to show you fellas what they do respond to. Johnny, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
Yeah, like Billy said, I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I'm a personal trainer and lifestyle coach here in beautiful Pittsburgh. My main focus here is teaching you young men not to be the kind of screw up I was. I'm not going to sit here and talk about all my successes. I'm not going to sit here and talk about how good I was at anything. What I'm here to tell you is that I'm going to help you with things like self-confidence, self-respect, women, relationships, self-improvement, whether that means physical, mental, or spiritual, emotional, however you want to look at it. But you're going to learn more from the things I screwed up than from the successes that I can barely remember. In short, Bill and I here are kind of the uncles that the entire family talks about. But once you hear our stories, know that there's a moral to those stories. And if you can take those to heart, you'll wind up better off than we were. Let's do it.
Before we get started, shout out to Minnie Mom. Glad to have you in the chat with us tonight. And nephews, I just want to let you know, I'm not here to roast these ladies. Uncle Johnny and I are here to reveal patterns to you. So with that in mind, let's get right to it. All right, Johnny, first up tonight, we got Alicia. And nephews, by the way, feel free to call in. We got our call-in number up. If you have any questions about a particular profile, or if you have your own dating questions, Uncle Johnny and I would love to answer them for you. So don't be afraid to call in. Here's the number. We got you, nephews. All right, Johnny. First up, we got Alicia. She's 38. She's a lawyer at banking.
Bless that bitch.
Oh, boy. All right.
Hey,
so two things you don't trust,
smart.
bankers and lawyers, and she's both.
I know,
kidding,
but
of course.
I'm telling you, she has to be smart to be in this field. That's not a field for people with low IQs.
No, I mean, and that's just it. I mean, that would definitely be a field that you're going to want to. This is probably a woman who's going to have a sophisticated method of conversation at the very minimum. Except she doesn't know how to write a bio.
So she's half American and half Italian.
Oh, I could have told you that.
Drinks frequently, looking for a relationship. Non-negotiable, EQ.
Bruh.
I'll be straight up with you, Johnny. I don't even know what EQ means.
Well, I mean, maybe if you use a microphone and you know how to make your voice sound good, and you know how to use the EQ, but that's all I can really get from it.
1 second here.
Is that like 6'7"?
If I really cared, I'd look it up, but it's not that big a deal to me because these things that they put in these profiles, Johnny, we tell the nephews all the time, it doesn't always apply.
No, I mean, remember, this is somebody putting their best face forward. This is somebody who's putting out their personal, emotional resume out there and seeing if there's any takers. The difference is a lot of these ladies don't put as much effort into finding somebody that they can be a life partner with as they do in putting in, say, a resume, which, hey, if that's your priority, that's your priority. But if you're really out there looking for someone to the point where you're getting on a dating app, look, for me, I'm going to need a little bit more than a pretty smile. And she definitely does have that. But I'm going to need a little bit more. And gentlemen, young men especially, you should too.
Nephews, you got to understand, we are meeting their representatives. Like Uncle Johnny said, they're putting their best foot forward here. So this is going to give us a small indicator of our compatibility with her, but her actions and her behaviors, that's way more indicative of how compatible you're going to be with her.
Yeah.
Hey, my dude Bailey's in the chat. He says, yo, dog, just popping in for a hot little second to show some love and support. Shout out to you, brother.
Hey, what's up, dude? Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
EQ is emotional intelligence. Shout out to Mini Mom.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
All right. Good stuff.
See, okay, emotional intelligence. She could have just wrote that out.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's an abbreviation that now that I understand it, makes sense that it's abbreviated that way. But other than that, I would have never known.
Yeah, I get it. IQ, EQ.
I'm still going to swipe left so far, but I'm just saying it's good to know that.
Why are you left on her already? She's a banker and
she's given us literally nothing. I'm glad she's half Italian and whatnot, but I've got nothing so far. I know she can smile pretty. That's all I know.
Okay, she says I'm a real nerd about documentaries.
Yeah, all right, now see, there we go.
See what else
like what kind of documentaries that could be for the conversation.
This is, I think you're more compatible with her than me, bro. It says win me over by being hilarious.
I can't, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm happily divorced.
Bro just said he's happily divorced. I get that, Johnny. I've never been married, but hey, shout out to you.
Overrated.
All right, she lives in London. She's from Buffalo. She's in Cleveland now, which means she's probably not going to be in Cleveland long. Drinks frequently. Oh, Johnny, I bet she's just in town for the weekend.
Dude, if you go to the airport or hotel bar, I bet you run across her.
You're right. So I really wouldn't even need to swipe on her. I would just need to go to it's probably the little there's like a Holiday Inn or a Ramada or something right there by the airport that has a bar. I bet you're right on point about that.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is 45 minutes north of where Bill currently is. So if he leaves his desk, I guess I'll be taking care of the rest of the show here.
All right. Well, listen, I would never abandon the nephews like that.
No, you guys need us. We need you.
Here's the thing when it comes to women, Johnny. When I run into women, and Johnny, come on, let's be honest, man. I run into women all the time. When I run into women that pull me away from my purpose, those are women that I lose interest in immediately. Yep. It's the ones that can respect the discipline that I have in my life, because I'm a parent first and foremost. You guys only get me after my kids go to bed. And
especially given the struggle you've gone through to be that. Yes, absolutely.
There's
no way you put anything in front of that.
I got to keep that on the back burner for now, but we're going to get through everything I've been through to be a parent real soon. I promise you that. But for now,
you guys are going to want to stay tuned for that show. We'll let you know when that happens. But this is actually an incredible story you're going to hear.
But between the work that provides for us, my children, and my purpose here, when I come across women that need a lot of time, a lot of attention, or I feel like I got to be their coach and give them the game on how to move, I lose interest in them. But I do run across women who are very supportive of the things and the structure that I have in my life and the routine and my discipline. And you know what? Shout out to them.
Bless that bitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bailey says, shoot, I'm about to head that way myself.
There you go, buddy. Hey, the Holiday Inn or the airport bar. It's got to be one of the two.
All right. So, Johnny, you're out. You don't like this? This is just for a weekend. She lives in London.
Listen, I think she's extremely attractive. I think she's got, I do kind of like the answers to the questions. I'm going to say if she's only in town for a few days, she may have already left because a lot of these girls don't update their profile till they get to wherever they're going. But I would give it I'll tell you what, I'll give it a swipe right. If we're looking for a casual encounter, which is what it kind of seems that this is what this might end up being. Yeah, swipe right. What the hell?
No, man, I'm not going to Cleveland. No, I'm good.
You just yelled at me for saying swipe left.
Hold on a second.
Jesus
I got the screen blown up a little too much. I gotta give you a second here. See, I try to do this in front of the
By
chat.
the way, while
because I don't want people to think I'm doing something behind the scenes. Like I'm like, oh no, I don't want this chick. And then I'm like, oh hey, here we go. So no, just so everybody can see, Unc is passing on this one. Because I'm looking for compatibility. Right. Look, Johnny, I got half a dozen women in my phone I could set up evening with. I don't need to add to that. I got women that have earned is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I mean the biggest thing is too is I think one of the biggest things that we try to teach here, guys, is we're trying to give you the preliminary vetting process. Now we're just talking about based on a quick bio and some photos. But remember, the vetting doesn't stop just because you decided she was worthy of meeting you. This is something that you're going to have to remain consistent with. You're going to have to make sure that you are vetting them, as to whether or not you want to see them for the first time. And then once you do see them for the first time, you should be vetting them based on body language, the way they talk, the way they treat you, all of those things. In other words, you shouldn't be doing this until you have your own rhythm to life, until you have your own program, your own ritual, your own way of doing things. And then you can go ahead and find somebody who fits into that mold, who fits into that jigsaw puzzle piece of yours. Chances are you probably fit into hers already. Remember, when she's attracted to you, she's probably going to do what she can to fit your program.
All right, Johnny. Next up, we got Steph. She's 39. And you know what I noticed off rip? She has a lack of confidence where she's not even showing her entire face. Now, she's not really.
I mean, the goods are definitely on display.
Cleavage, but she's hiding
Well,
part
it's not
of
really
her
cleavage,
face.
but I mean, we could definitely tell with her. We can definitely tell she's not an A cup.
Okay, and it says that there is no bio here. She drinks
much you can do about those.
Bruh.
Shame on her.
Hopefully, you're really into pizza.
That's either the company line or kind of a for me a digestive health disaster waiting to happen. Okay, look, I love me some pizza, but
I'm very disciplined in my diet, and I'm looking forward to having some pizza this weekend. But like, really,
you're gonna get it,
pizza?
dude. The one thing I'm jealous of you is that you still get to have Mahoney Valley pizza. Let me tell you guys something about it. I live in Pittsburgh. Bro. I love it here in Pittsburgh, and they have good pizza in Pittsburgh. They have good pizza in Pittsburgh. But even the best in the city, which I believe to be Fiore's, still is pretty distant second to anything that I can find in Youngstown, especially if it's mom and pop. But yeah, if you're ever in Pittsburgh, try Fiore's. There's a couple other places I can suggest in there, and it's very good pizza. But if you're from Youngstown and you're expecting there to be better pizza here than there, I hate to disappoint you. Youngstown's still top.
Well, I had some Wedgwood a few weeks ago. That was
okay, see, now you're just gloating. Now you're just dangling it in front of my face.
Bruh. All right, so she's really into pizza. I'd have been more impressed if she was really into cooking.
Hey, maybe she can make a pizza.
I get out of a bad mood by good food.
Yeah, okay, so in other words, take me to dinner and I'll stop being mad at you. Hey, look, don't get me wrong. In my relationships in my life, do you have any idea how many times I was able to end a conversation by going, all right, you know what? I don't want to talk about this now. Are you hungry? I mean, that does work, but I mean, eventually you're still going to revisit the problem.
Hey, Miranda says that my job folks are getting fired over pizza. And then she says,
what?
But I love Ionazones.
Oh, I forgot about Ionazones. Dude, seriously. I love Ionazones.
Birdtown and Lakewood is fire pizza. Get you some of that. Hey, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. The best pizza I've had in Northeast Ohio is Sam's Pizza right here in Newton Falls, man. Shout out to Sam's.
I have not tried that. All right, let's go on before I get hungry and like do something stupid later, like order a pizza.
All right. So when she's saying she gets out of a bad mood by good food, this is telling me that this is how this woman seeks comfort, by food.
It's too late. I want pizza.
All right. Well, and here she's talking about some more food. Maybe I should cut her a little bit of slack.
I mean, I'm not gonna, but I want it.
All right. She said, Miranda says someone ate the supervisor's Little Caesars.
Bruh. Okay, that is grounds not only for termination, but maybe a lawsuit. That's messed up, man. You don't need somebody else.
Oh, Giannino's as well.
Ooh, I forgot about Giannino's. Giannino's is good too.
Bro, Sam's is fire, but don't forget Severino's, dog.
Hey, I wonder where our audience is from tonight.
Hey, Miranda, why are you eating the boss's pizza? Is it because you know you could get away with it?
Mm-mm-mm. Shame.
All right, so this woman here, what's her name, Johnny? I've already
I
forgotten
never
her
remember
name.
their names. Let me see.
Steph has a kind of a boring
Steph.
profile, basically
I knew
about
that.
food. She says, if I cooked you dinner, it would be steak and potatoes or lasagna. You know what?
Throw in
That's
some
like,
broccoli or asparagus, and I'm in.
yeah, maybe. But this isn't
I'll
going to
even
save
steam
her
the
from me.
asparagus.
All right,
If I'm
now,
having steak, I love having asparagus with it.
all right, Johnny, is there anything you notice about this profile?
Yeah, she said potatoes and not sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are a little bit better with the steak.
No, I mean, really take a look at it.
I'm hungry now. Let me see
This
here.
is a horrible profile, bro. This is trash.
Yeah, I mean, it really does have a lot of buzzwords. I mean, let's face it, you had me at pizza. So we're talking about food. We're just throwing things out there that we know most people like, including the boobs. But other than that, yeah, I mean, there's really nothing it tells me about her personality. It doesn't tell me anything about.
Miranda says she's lead. She don't have to steal. He's the homie, but I'll never eat Little Caesars. I hate shrimp and steak. I made the day before. Oh, she ate shrimp and steak to me before. Hey, shout out to her. I love a woman that cooks.
I will gladly eat your leftover steak and shrimp.
All right, I'm gonna pass on this. I just don't. I'm not feeling it.
All right. But hey, shout out to all the pizza places back in Youngstown. I miss you guys, and I'll be back for Thanksgiving. So
I can't help but wonder, man, how many of the nephews are swiping on profiles like that, Johnny?
Well, I mean, and that's just it. I mean, you put an attractive woman on there, and usually these guys aren't even reading the bios. Now, listen, I'm not saying that the bio that she writes is Bible truth. As a matter of fact, I don't even necessarily care that much about what she writes in her bio. What I care about is if she really is on here with the intention of finding somebody tangible and for an actual connection, then why on earth would you not just go ahead and write something about yourself? Because here's the thing. You're going to get what you actually set your mind to getting and go out and get. But when you don't leave a bio and you just drop a couple of pictures, now you're not going out to get it. You're kind of putting out a lure. You're casting a line. And if you guys are sending her messages and you're swiping right on her because she's pretty and there's nothing else that you care about, you just bit the worm. Okay? When that hook snares you by the cheek, I don't want to hear it. The fact of the matter is that you're walking into a situation where her looks were all it took. Now, the next thing you know, you could be dating her for 4, 6, 8 weeks, and you're going to ask her for the commitment. I just had this conversation with somebody earlier today. When you are the one who asks for the commitment because you think things are going well, you are essentially saying to that person, hey, everything you're doing right now and all of your methodology is perfect for me. It's exactly what I'm looking for. It definitely fits my program. So, yes, I would like to see you more consistently and make a consistent relationship out of it, because by asking for this commitment, I am simply telling you that nothing about you irks me. No, instead, a lot of you guys want to get that commitment and then start trying to make rules. It doesn't work that way. If you don't set those boundaries before you're an official couple, then you don't have any boundaries and you're going to have problems at some point. So yeah, keep swiping on the pretty faces. But remember, more important than anything else is not only reading the writing on the wall, but reading between those lines. That's when you will gain the real emotional intelligence, not the kind that says, if you were emotionally intelligent, you'd, do what I want you to do. No, if you're emotionally intelligent, you know when to hold them and when to fold them, as my man Kenny Rogers would have said.
All right, Johnny. Well, I gotta say, consistency turns me on more than just a few pictures uploaded from their camera roll.
Yeah,
but we got
she
some
looks great in those
comments
designer
here.
frames, but
Bailey has some questions. He wants to know, women still cook? Question. And hey, look, Bailey, let me put you on a little bit of game here, because this happens all the time. We get a lot of women in the chat, and they teach you guys and put you on and tell you the truth, and sometimes you don't want to hear it. Miranda's talking about cooking in the chat, bro. Of course women still cook. You just got to find you a good one that wants to cook for you, bro.
Hey, man. Now that I'm out in the dating game right now, my thing is this. I'll give you bonus points if you can even just cook better than I can. But remember, of the 23 years I've lived on my own outside my parents' house, I've only lived with somebody else for like less than 5 of those, and they were not all at once.
Hey, shout out to Mini Mom. She cooks from scratch.
Actually, you know what? I have it on good authority. That Mini Mom has a very well-stocked recipe box. So, yeah.
Yeah, Miranda says every day before work, I do cheat on rough days. Okay, so Bailey, here's my question for you. How come you don't have women cooking for you? Let's talk about that. Because if you think that this is strange and odd and unfamiliar behavior, let's get to the root cause of that. Because, I mean, the women are all here saying, yeah, we cook every day. You know, they just got to give them a reason to, bro.
Well, my last girlfriend was a chef. So, I mean, she even cooked when I didn't ask her to.
All right. Next up, we got Vanessa. She's 37, Johnny. Hey, Miranda said something. Is that a tequila worm?
Where?
That's a great question. All right, maybe we can circle back to that. All right, Vanessa, 37. Now look, see how she got the little STNA thing?
Oh yeah,
Johnny.
I like nurse's aids. Well, it's a nurse's aid, which is even can be even freakier.
What do I tell the nephews about nurses all the time?
I don't know, but I used to work in a nursing home, and this was my first job. And the nurse's aides, I'm telling you. You know what? Fuck around and find out. I'm telling
Johnny,
you.
Nurses are so much fun. Shout out to nurses. I have yet to meet a nurse that has asked me to show an ounce of self-restraint in the bedroom.
For what you do for patients and what you do for us.
All right, we got Vanessa, 37, says she never drinks.
Catholic. Too little of something can be bad too, you know.
She's a real nerd about Star Wars.
Bless that bitch.
Okay.
All right, I'm with her on that one.
After work, you can find me bed resting.
Bruh.
Now,
I like that she's a Star Wars fanatic, and I got to tell you, speaking of Star Wars, you know that Darth Vader actually has a Bumble profile? I guess he's looking for love in Alderaan places.
Bruh.
All right, sorry. That's the only one I'm going to do, folks. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Hey, she's working double shifts, 12 hours, 14 hours a day. I can see that when she's not working, she's trying to put her feet up.
All right.
Quickest way to my heart is having good communication.
Bless that bitch.
Okay, company line, but still rings true.
Yep. All right, so there's not much. There's no bio here. I'm looking at a woman that works all the time, that's looking for a commitment, that's Catholic, that I'm probably not too compatible with. Basically, Johnny, I can't see anything that makes me want to go have a drink with her.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really kind of jumps out. And the thing of it is, there probably is something extraordinary about her, personality-wise, but we're just not seeing it here.
Tequila worm, in reference to them taking the worm bait, talking about the photos, not the bio.
Hey, man, sometimes tequila's all it takes, but let alone the worm. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I try to stay away from women who like tequila, Johnny.
Man, let me tell you what. You don't want it. You don't want it, boys. Listen, if there is a girl, especially if you're a college guy, if there is a girl at on your campus that talks about the ability to down tequila shots, chances are she's full of crap. So you should avoid that. But if she's not full of crap, you should really avoid that, because if she's taking down a half a fifth of tequila, best case scenario, her clothes come off. Worst case scenario, parts of your anatomy do too.
All right. Well, I'm not worried about them. They're not my problem. The nephews and their questions are. So we're going to pass on this one and look for a little more solid profile for me tonight. Johnny, I need a date for the weekend. So maybe we can get the chat involved and have them help me swipe left or right and pick somebody out.
But we're not settling. We're finding the ones that fit the program, baby.
Well, the program is the program. Shout out to Coach Cower.
Actually, it's the standard is the standard. Shout out to Coach Tomlin, but yes.
Is it?
Yeah. And here in Pittsburgh, we all have our own opinions about that, but well, that's another topic for another day.
All right, we got Jackie here, 42.
Notice I got the pens thing up.
Now, Johnny, when they got a bunch of filters in the pictures, it makes me I'm not really feeling it.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
is
I
that
don't think
really
she's
who's
the
gonna
funny thing
show
is
up?
I really don't think she's even hiding any real like wrinkles or any kind of blemishes or anything like that. I mean, maybe she just wanted the hearts around her head, but yeah, she
Well,
definitely made her nose disappear with that.
I know, and
And she didn't need to. She's a pretty girl.
look, I don't try to understand women, but one thing I'll never understand is how these women are so insecure about their looks. A lot of them are so attractive and they're just have so much anxiety over how they look. It just, I don't know.
Well, and the thing of it is that you know, I mean, there's that, but there's also see. Here's the thing. I know the women. I know the women out there that kind of fake that whole anxiety about how they look because they're fishing for compliments. But this is not that. This is a situation where through her actions, or in this case, the use of a filter. I'm not saying it is that way, but it does kind of seem that way.
Well, at least my initial, you know, assessment, at least.
Yeah.
I'm reading some insecurities.
A little bit. And you know what? Everybody has them. So I mean, let's move on because that I wouldn't say that disqualifies her, but
Well,
I'm kind of seeing a little bit of that.
Jackie here does have a bio.
Bless that bitch.
It says, I like the country lifestyle. I love animals, spending time with family, the outdoors, cabins, bonfires. Enjoy a good sense of humor. Shout out to Johnny Dumbbell.
Hey, like I said, laughter's not just the best medicine, it's also the best aphrodisiac.
She says, we'll get along if you can make me laugh and like animals.
So if you don't like animals, I don't know what to do to help you. But
I feel like
making her laugh, that's something you're going to need to know how to do.
I feel like the bar is always set so low.
Yeah.
Because women are mean to women.
Dude, right?
Women, not men.
Miranda, I got a great story for you relating to that. When I first split with my ex-wife, she wanted to kind of remain friends, and I was really not too keen on it. And she goes, "Well, I don't understand. If you were more mature, which by the way, that's a manipulation tactic a lot of them use. If you were more mature, you'd be able to handle that." And she says, "Why can't you be friends with somebody?" I said, "Because it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with me." I said, "But I've watched social media and documentaries enough to know that women don't even like being friends with women. So why the hell would I want to do it?" She looks at me and goes, I mean, she definitely agreed with me on that one. But yeah, I mean, you know, in all seriousness, though, yeah, I mean, it's definitely the thing of it is that I'm only friends with a very small group of people anyway. And these are the kinds of people that I got to be able to trust with my life, my possessions, my, secrets.
Well, I have some experience with this where I've dated many attractive women, and when they go start a new job or a lot of different places, when they go somewhere new, they are afraid to be as attractive as they are, because if it's a woman in charge, especially if it's a ugly woman, they're going to be mean to them. So I've seen really attractive women like dress down and try to play it off so other women aren't as mean to them.
I haven't seen any woman go that far, but I've actually witnessed that in motion.
I like what Minnie
man,
Mouse
it's crazy
says here.
too.
I dress for myself. Same. All right, Johnny. So back to Jackie's profile here. She got a little bio. There's not much to her profile. Definitely not enough to make me swipe on her. The pictures aren't there. The attraction's not there. There's not makes me want to spend an hour.
She's not the girl. She's not the girl you pursue. She's like the girl you pursue's best friend, like the kind of cute best friend.
All right, nephews, we don't cherry pick these profiles. We go through them randomly, what Bumble gives me. And just because I'm not interested in them doesn't mean that you aren't, or they're not
Oh,
compatible for you or a good fit for you. So we like to talk about some of the better profiles and tell you how you should approach them. So I'm not just going to skip through this one or that one because I'm not attracted to her or I don't like her. We're showing you how to vet women based on our experience doing that, because that's how men do. We lead by example. And look, we're just trying to skip the small talk and talk to you about what really matters. Now, like
that's it.
Miranda here says, I only have one female friend. We have rode together for 10 years now through kids, etc. We just don't judge. And, oh, yeah, dealing with that work experience today. But I'm going to dress however I need to at work. But going out is different.
Definitely. Definitely. And those are two separate categories of clothing, you know.
Bailey says he's out. He's running to the yo. Appreciate you stopping by, sir. It's all love
All right,
here.
Bailey.
Thank you for the comments. It helps me out in the algorithm. Much respect to you, sir.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Next up, we got Abby, 38. Works out sometimes, rarely drinks, atheist. Abby here, and Johnny, there is no bio.
There already was no attraction, so for me, it's left.
What I'd really like to find is someone who cares about the world around them and is doing something to better it. And a little bit nerdy would be nice as well.
So she wants to know if you deal with if you deal with the circumstances as they are, or if you alter the circumstances and happen to the world rather than the world happen to you. My question to her, if I were to actually match with her and talk with her, which I wouldn't, but if I did, would be, hey, this is how I do it. What about you? I want to know, let me hear it. Because here's the thing. It's easy to get up on the soapbox and say, I want somebody who's improving the world around them. What she may be asking, maybe not, but what she may be asking is, are you a leader? Are you in charge? Are you the person that makes people want to follow you? Because here's the thing. She might be just looking for that and maybe doesn't necessarily exemplify it. Or maybe she does. But this is the kind of situation, this is the kind of thing that you're going to want to discover through not asking her directly, but her body language, the way she talks. Does she seem respectable? Does she seem assertive? Does she seem intelligent? Does she seem like somebody who knows what she's talking about or just knows what she's looking for?
See what else we got here. Pictures. There's not much to this profile. I'm going to have to pass on this one.
Yeah.
Now, I am
Interesting that she
very
lives in.
picky.
Interesting that she's a Steeler fan living in Cleveland Heights, though. That's interesting.
All right, let me preview Destiny real quick, Johnny.
While Bill is previewing this profile, guys, in the comments, if you have a wild dating experience, whether it was funny, whether it was terrible, whether it was awesome, whatever it happens to be, if you had an extraordinary experience using online dating, leave it to us in the comments. We'd love to read it.
All right, Johnny. Next up, we got Destiny, 42 years old. And no bio. Does say she excuse me, does say she drinks frequently. I'll know we vibe on a date if the conversation flows and feels natural.
So, I mean, that could mean a couple of different things. My impression of a conversation flowing naturally is you make her laugh, and to the point where she's, touching your arm, touching your leg when she laughs or whatever it is that you're saying. I remember one time, and this is no joke, when I was working a side gig one time, and the owner of the business, we ended up being pretty good friends. So he had just gone through a split with his wife. And I was sitting there talking to him the same way I'm talking to you, nephews, talking about, hey, man, you got to get out there, do this, do that, improve your life. So I was out. I had finished my drink and I was going to go get a refill. So I go over there to get there. There's a really pretty girl, I'd say probably about 28, 30 years old. She's getting a drink and I didn't, I accidentally kind of reached for the same, fountain she was going to. Now, I don't even remember what stupid joke I cracked, but I cracked some stupid joke. She laughs like it was the funniest thing she ever heard and touched my shoulder. I walk back to Joey and he goes, what did you say to her? And I remember telling him, but he goes, that's not even funny. I said, I know. But she laughed and touched my arm, didn't she?
All right, Johnny.
She knew it wasn't funny too.
Miranda says, am I the only one who doesn't like when people post their kids on dating site faces?
No, you're not.
Or not. Miranda.
No, you are not.
Tell you, that is the whole reason why I have to preview each and every profile before we share it. Because I'm not going to post anybody's kids.
No.
Yeah, that last one had the face blurred out. But if it did not have the face blurred out, I would not have shared it. I would have skipped over it and on to the next one. Because I don't like that.
We're not even really a big fan of those ones either. But I mean, if you got to do it, you got to do it. Yeah.
Well, no, you don't got to do it. Pick another picture.
No, I mean blurring out the face.
We should be taking our children's safety a lot more seriously, especially when you're meeting strangers online that you could potentially let into your life. So let's talk about
and your home
parents. A lot of people have problems with single moms. I don't. I tell you guys all the time, you're not dating the kids, you're dating the mom. You shouldn't even meet those kids for several months. I'm talking like half a year. And the same goes if you have kids. That woman should not be meeting your children unless there is a certain level of consistency in your life with her and you have thoroughly vetted her first.
Yep. And we don't mean that you were friends with benefits with her for 12 months straight. No, it's going to need to be more than that. There's going to need to be a mutual trust. And I can tell you from what little experience I have as a parent, my kid don't like you, you're done. And that's after a year. I ain't putting up with that drama.
She says it's tacky. Just say you're a parent in the bio. I have a million pictures I can use. Like my gross ex-husband posted mine on Bumble, not even his bio.
Bruh.
Your ex-husband's a catfish? Dude, we're moving this cat.
All right. Well,
God, stand on who you are, for Christ's sake.
She'll know if we vibe on a date if the conversation flows and feels natural. That's a company line if I ever heard it.
Yeah.
Like that goes without saying. But the problem is a lot of you nephews, you don't know how to hold a conversation with a woman. You start interviewing them. You start asking them questions. And I really think this is the wrong move. You shouldn't ask women questions at all. TK and I used to go back and forth on this one. How do you get to know her? How do you get to know her? It's simple. You share details about yourself, what you got going on in your life, and the woman is going to want to interject and share things about her life with you. You start talking about, you were doing this, that, or the other. She'll be like, oh yeah, well, and they'll give you these little pieces of information about themselves through the natural course of conversation. You don't have to interview them to get answers, because tell me something. What does it matter where she went to high school at? Especially if it was somebody like Johnny and I, where she went to high school like half her life ago. Why are you asking women these kind of questions?
2/3 of her life ago.
I don't get it. So my point is, you don't need to interview these women when you go out with them.
No, and here's the other thing too. You are going to get a lot more information, important information relating to her attraction level to you and things like that. You're going to get a lot more of that from her body language and the way she talks to you than you ever will from the things she tells you. So stop asking her factual shit. Have a regular conversation where you tell her a little bit about yourself and watch her body language as you describe, or as she asks questions, or as she answers your questions, or whatever it happens to be. You're going to learn more about how she does it than what she actually does. That's emotional intelligence.
All right. And that's all we got for this. answered one question, a couple. But I'm passing on this one. See, Johnny, this is why I don't have a date for this weekend because I can't find solid women on Bumble.
All right.
All right, I think we can share this one. All right, Johnny, next up, we got Sarah. She's 46. Says real estate transaction manager. She says, hi, I'm 46-year-old single mom to 3 teens. Just finished chemo and clear of breast cancer. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been easy. It says, I enjoy hanging out with friends, getting margaritas,
Bless that bitch.
watching reality TV love shows on Netflix,
Bruh.
going to the gym, and dancing.
I'll never criticize going to the gym. Get your butt to the gym, boys and the girls. Let's go.
Love that. Drink socially. What makes a relationship great is a combination of deep chats along with lots of laughing and silliness.
Okay, here's the thing. Deep conversation usually means she likes to talk about herself, but I got to tell you, in her case as a cancer survivor, I'll bet she's got some amazing stories. I got to tell you, a lot of respect for that. Because that's the man. To say that's not easy is a very gross understatement. I've seen how that process plays out. I've actually dated a couple of survivors myself in my past. While those relationships didn't work out, I got to tell you, they were still incredible people, and she probably is too. So in her case, I would actually say the deep conversation might be the company line to a certain extent, but I think in this case you might get some good conversation out of this.
Johnny, I think that's what women want. They want these deep, stimulating conversations. They just want them with actual men, not soft adult males. Because
And guys, don't talk about yourself the entire time, for the love of God, especially when a woman says she likes deep conversation. Typically, that means she enjoys talking about herself. And I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with it. There's not, especially in her case. But I mean, I would definitely say that that's a situation for you to probably do a little more of this and a little less of that, but at the same time, maintain your own personal integrity and dignity as well. Remember, no matter what, no matter who, it is still your program. So always keep that in mind. But hey, respect.
combination of deep chats with lots of laughing and silliness. All right, I'm just going.
So she loves to laugh? That's wild.
Oh, Miranda's back. She just got put on office duty. Appreciate you tuning in. All right, she says, hopefully you're also really into dancing. I enjoy dancing on my own now, but would love to get into partner dancing as well. Swing, salsa.
Can we go skating instead?
Now, I'll take a woman dancing if that's what she wants to do. Here's the thing.
I like to dance, but I love to skate.
Look, nephews, you guys get complacent, especially you guys in a relationship. You get complacent and you get comfortable and you don't make doing things for your woman a priority. Now, you have to still take them out. You have to still plan dates. You have to put that kind of attention and effort into them like you did at the very beginning to keep them excited and not bored. So if this is a woman that you're with and you're building consistency with, and she wants to go dancing, you should absolutely encourage that. Get some lessons privately, even without her knowing, and then take her out. Johnny, what do you think? You're rolling your eyes. You wouldn't do that for a woman you've been consistent with for several months?
For several months, I might consider it. But the thing of it is that remember that we have to be able to do all these things without appearing to put her on a pedestal. Remember, this is still your program. she's fitting into it and you're accommodating something that she loves to do. And that's fantastic. You should. But remember that there is a difference between that and systematically over time, turning her into some sort of pedestal goddess that you're going to end up worshiping, that she's going to end up losing respect for you. You have to remember that this is the kind of woman, like Bill said, this is only after months of vetting. This is only after months of figuring out whether or not she has respect for you. And the answer had better be yes, 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 before you even think about doing something like this. Otherwise, you have become that doormat. You have become that pedestalizing worshiper. Okay. So if she has met your program and she has managed to make it several months with you on your program, then absolutely, this is the kind of thing you should be doing to not only reward, but to reinforce the kind of love she's showing you by showing her your appreciation in doing this. But remember, this is not something you should be doing in the first 90 days. I don't even know if this is something you should be doing in the first 6 months. But at some point, if this woman has shown you that she is, part of your life and part of your success and part of your progress, yeah, maybe learn to dance a little bit, buddy.
Johnny, I talk about this all the time, having some swag to you. And having some swag,
not to mention rhythm,
game means that you know how to dance, and you shouldn't have to learn how to dance. Like, I think that men, especially young men who don't know how to lead, should be taking dancing classes just to get familiar with leading women.
And the thing of it is that I remember when I was a small kid, I was probably about, and we're talking like elementary school age. My older sister told me that it was very important that I learn how to at least slow dance. Nobody says I got to be a break dancer, but at least learn how to slow dance and learn how to lead when I slow dance. And that's just it. She didn't teach me how to use my feet in a rhythm. I mean, she taught me that. She taught me that first, and then I had to learn how to actually lead when dancing, when slow dancing. And again, guys, we tell you all the time about biological attraction and about what that is going to subconsciously trigger in her. When you know how to move with rhythm and you are leading those same steps while she holds on to you to follow, that is going to carry you, if she's at least attracted to you in some way, shape, or form, that is going to carry you so much farther. I have had girlfriends in my past that I told that story to that would have loved to personally thank my sister for teaching me how to dance, because most of the guys they dated didn't. And that's what Bill's talking about. These guys didn't have that finesse. They didn't have that rhythm. They didn't have that cultural conditioning. They didn't have that understanding of what, that kind of thing conveys. Never mind what she's looking for. That's you fitting her mold. No, you are leading the dance, and that is giving her an idea of not only are you capable of leading, but you're capable of leading with a little bit of rhythm. So work on it, guys. Seriously, learn how to slow dance. I mean, that's it at the very, very minimum.
Johnny, you know what else that it signals to a woman you can do very well when you can grab her by her hips and move her around? Just telling you.
Now, I didn't learn that until like college.
Okay, well, Miranda says, love that. This, like, the man who won't dance for me for fun with me even at home.
Because then he's not confident. Then he's not fun. Then he's become that ultra self-conscious introvert. And that's not attractive.
Home is the best, most playful way to start dancing with your woman. You guys,
dude,
everybody
if you're too shy to dance at home, then I don't know what to tell you.
Their phone is within hand reach. Y'all should have a playlist for how to deal with these when you're dealing with. So put on your little playlist, pick your woman up off the couch, dance with her, be playful, be fun, lead her, and then lead her right into the bedroom, nephews.
Listen, I got a playlist on my Spotify. That I put together myself. I handpicked all the songs, and you know what the title of the playlist is? Feeling Myself. And the songs are bangers, man. You know what? I might have to share that in the comments. I'll share the link. If you have Spotify, click on it.
All right. She says, after work, you can find me at the gym and then home.
Bless that bitch.
Yeah. I mean, this is a disciplined person, someone with structure. I personally am not attracted to her, but I got to tell you, she's got guts. She's got guts, and she's got a regime, and she's got a program. So here's the thing. When you're dealing with somebody who's got her own program, There's nothing wrong in the world with that, but that does mean that it is going to be a much more particular match between her and someone like yourself. You're still going to want to make this person who just fought the toughest disease known to modern man and won. You're going to have to get this girl to want to follow your program. You better bring your fucking A game, guys.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna swipe left, Johnny. You know, I'm not for everyone, and that's the point. There's just not. Honestly, there's probably not enough chaos. I like chaotic sirens, apparently, and I don't want chaos in my life. Okay, I'm not looking for perfect, Johnny. I'm looking for peaceful. So I'm learning how to grow and not be attracted to chaos because it can happen to the best of us. All right, I'm gonna pass on this one, brother.
Like I say, we're looking for somebody who can bring maybe peace to this level and chaos to a level that my camera's not pointed at.
Well, okay, so here's my problem, Johnny. When you deal with chaotic sirens, very beautiful women who are very chaotic, regular women get boring, bro. They're just boring.
Yeah, but crazy women get crazy women get PFAs.
But like I said, I'm not looking for perfect. I'm looking for peaceful, and I just want somebody who's not going to crash out on me, bro.
Yeah, I mean, really, that I feel like that's a very basic request.
All right, I got another profile. This one says she's from Pittsburgh, Johnny. She's not in Pittsburgh, but she's from Pittsburgh. Jacqueline.
Okay, cool.
47, teacher at high school. Cute, curvy chick, looking to find the one.
Bruh.
Sensitive and caring.
If she admits that she's curvy, I'm gonna.
What? You don't like curvy chicks?
I like curvy chicks. The chicks I don't like are the ones that say they're curvy, but like don't realize that there is a line between curvy and obese. Now I haven't seen the rest of her, to be fair.
All right, so my initial attraction is to like petite women. Like I like petite women. I do, but I also like when
I'm pretty
they're
flexible,
like,
but I mean,
like thicker than a Snickers, right? So I'll mess with it. Hey, all I need is some cake and a thick bitch, bro. So I mean, I like them thick.
like you can't weigh more than me.
I tend to be more attracted to more petite women, but here's the thing that we talk about the vetting process. It's not about looks, it's about their behaviors. So I don't know. Let's keep going. But there is a difference between curvy, thick, overweight. You know, it just come on, man. There's a difference.
Yeah, there really is.
The difference is right here. See where it says.
But see, the algorithm doesn't like when we point it out, but we're pointing it out.
Almost never works out. That tells me we're not compatible. Johnny, I got on my profile that if you don't fast, pray, or work out, we're probably not going to be compatible. Man, I fasted for 21 hours today. I got up at 4:30 in the morning and thank God for everything in my life. And you know, I work out in the morning too before work. So somebody who never works out is probably not going to be too compatible with me.
No, and that's just it. I mean,
so
and that's just it. I mean, the thing of it is that and guys, if you had that same lifestyle, hey man, hit her up. But for me, it's like I date fit girls who tell me I'm too active for them. You know, I mean, I've been out with girls who are actually in pretty decent shape, but look, they're not doing 6 days a week in the weight room. They're not doing damn, I never sneeze on there. They're not, thank you. They're not dealing with somebody who does 6 days a week. They're not dealing with somebody who runs, you know, a minimum 10 miles a week. They're not dealing with somebody who bikes 20 miles a day. You know, and so I'm not asking for somebody to match that in my search, but at the same time, if your ideal day, if you would rather spend most of your time with your, your neck, your back, your Netflix, and your snacks. That's cool, but it's not my lifestyle.
All right, Johnny. Well, it says that she's
Tell me you didn't love that little throwback to Kia.
She's a sensitive and caring Yinzer with a thick Pittsburgh accent.
Yep, that's right
She
there.
enjoys sports, music, and modes of expression. Hope you have a great sense of humor because I'm silly.
You are great, but here's the thing. Yeah.
All right. Look, the ladies in the chat, are her eyebrows drawn on? Like, did they take a pencil and like, is that what we're working with here?
My big thing would be, hey, I'd like to thank Yins for making a profile on that, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and swipe left so we can move on down the line. Oh, and by the way, sorry if that's making. I'm sorry if that makes me sound like a jag off.
Yinzers. All right.
I'm a transplant, but I've learned. It's been 10 years. It's not a faucet, it's a spigot, Matt.
All right, Johnny. She says, what I'd really like to find is my penguin. It'd be nice to find who I'm supposed to be with.
Bruh.
It ain't me. It's not me. Sorry, guys. She moved away from here.
Hopefully you're also really into music, sports, art, vintage,
That's the
decor,
right there.
and thrifting.
Okay, now here's the thing. I know why she said thrifting, because since I've been here in Pittsburgh, I swear by God and Sonny Jesus, there is at least one thrift store in every borough in this city. And I got to tell you, most of the people that donate to the thrift stores are actually relatively well-to-do people, so you can actually find some really nice like Nike and Adidas shit there. So I get why she likes thrifting. I think moving to Northeast Ohio, she's going to be a little bit unpleasantly surprised by the thrifting there is there, but you can still find some pretty good deals. But let me tell you, if you're ever in Pittsburgh, guys, before you leave town, if you have the ability, stop at any one of our thrift stores. You would not believe some of the great stuff you can find there. But that's why she says that.
Miranda says,
by the way, Mini Mom, I know you are a thrift store nut. And I'll tell you what, if you get out here to Pittsburgh, I will take you to the best thrift stores in the world. I've known Mini Mom for many, many years. And I'm telling you what, it's going to be the time of your life. It's a lot of fun.
Miranda says, love the Ginny and Georgia reference in her bio. I
saw that too, yeah.
Okay, well, I've never seen that. The only thing I know about Ginny and Georgia is the pillowcases on the show come from my homie Boss Mac. You can get them on bossmacstreetwear.com. They say, relax, bitch.
Bless that bitch.
It's a gift. Yep.
So maybe I'll even order them pillowcases, bro.
Hey, man, shout out to Boss Mac.
Shout out to Boss Mac, man. That's the big homie. I'm about to place another order, Johnny, and get a white bless that bitch hoodie and a white sour bitch free t-shirt.
All right, I'm gonna have to get one of those. We're gonna have to talk about how I can get one of those offline.
Yeah, we'll talk about it, brother.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I can't wait
22 miles away. What's it say? She rarely drinks.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna have to pass on this one, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, not my type, not really. But I mean, it's kind of cool to see that we got a person who it feels like I left the Valley to come to Pittsburgh, and she was like my replacement. So pound for pound.
Okay, next up we have Amy. I think we're gonna do two more after Amy here, Johnny. I don't have a single swipe tonight,
bruh.
And listen, hey man, look, sometimes it's like that, man. We've had nights we've blanked. We've had nights we've gotten 6. All right, we've had one night where we got 6.
It says about Amy, boy mom, Christian, fur mom, teacher, country. Tacos are amazing. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. Nappa
Left,
underrated.
swipe left right now. Nope. Boo. Boo.
fall/spring, thunderstorms at night, football. It's got these shitty black and gold hearts. I don't know what that means.
Listen, we are a country of inclusion, peace, and coexistence. And until you people can accept the fact that pineapple does belong on pizza, we are never going to get unity on track. Swipe left. I'm done with this girl.
All right. She says, my favorite quality in a person is emotional intelligence.
In the comments below, does pineapple belong on pizza or no? There's two types of people who think it does and people who are wrong.
Well, I'd rather have awkward honesty than smooth lies. So let me know, chat. Y'all rock with pineapple on your pizza. I'll tell you what I don't rock with is Amy here. I'm just not feeling it. There's just not enough there. So let's pass on that.
Look, if you can't appreciate pineapple on pizza, I don't even want to have a conversation with you. Shame.
All right, let me check out the next profile here.
We could have been so perfect.
Okay.
I bet she likes anchovies, though.
Mini Mom says pineapple on pizza.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you, Miranda.
Bless that bitch.
And also,
right,
while we're here,
what up, Johnny?
I was just going to say the cookie table. The cookie table was invented in Youngstown, not Pittsburgh. Deal with it. All right, proceed.
April 48 claims supported progressive. About April, I'm fun. I have 2 teen boys that live at home. Divorce. My friends describe me as funny, loyal, and consistent. If there's a song on, I'm singing or drumming. If you're looking for a quick hookup, I'm not your girl. Must
have you on Bumble.
Must have some adventure in your bones. The older I get, the more I push my limits. Now, Johnny, this isn't Tinder. It is Bumble.
That's true.
You know what?
I got to tell you, I like that last sentence. The older I get, the more I push my limits. You know what that means to me? And not in her experience, but in my own. Because I've actually said that to myself, actually, a couple of times in the last week. And the reason that the older I get, the more I push my limits is because, first of all, I'm trying to figure out where those limits are because they're different than they used to be. But see, the real thing that really kind of screws with me is my limits are a lot farther now than they were when I was 25. So this could be a late bloomer, somebody who started getting in shape in her 30s, 40s, whatever it was. And she's finding that she is more capable now than she was before. Or she's being realistic with the aging process. And that's going to involve a conversation that if you have one, let me know how it went.
Miranda says swipe right.
I mean, she left a good profile, but at the same time, yeah, I mean,
loving this is wrong.
I think the bio is great.
Jersey Shore.
That's where yeah.
See, okay, so if this was a Jersey, if we were on Jersey Shore, I got a feeling that this woman right here would be a grenade whistle.
Bill, do you remember when I first split with my wife? And I was working at Sammy's in Austintown. Yeah. I was working at Sammy's in Austintown. They had the internet cafe attached to the bar that Sam also owned. And I worked there, and we would have nights where we were dead as shit, but he had like a TV in there that had cable. And I shit you not, I was so lonely and bored during my split with my ex-wife. I started actually watching Jersey Shore consistently. Reruns, family vacation, it didn't matter. I wanted to watch Ronnie and Vinny fight. I wanted to see it happen.
Okay, Miranda, here's my problem. This looks like somebody's grandma. Nothing bores me more than when I'm out on a date with a woman and she whips out her phone and wants to show me pictures of her grandkids, because that tells me she's also going to want to be home by like 9:30 at night to watch the news and go to bed. I don't know. She's a little old for me, honestly. See, how old
Yeah.
is she? 48. That's like the top age range of what
Yikes.
I have Bumble set for. I have it
That's
set
a
to
little,
22 to 49.
Yeah.
So, and she's in Willoughby. She's
I mean,
43
she's a fun
miles away.
look.
So,
She's a fun 48, but that's still 48.
man, like, no, I can't do it, Miranda. I hope you're trolling me. You really don't think
Yeah.
I should hook up with Granny
Listen,
April
I feel
here?
like we get. Listen, I feel like if we swipe left now, we can get like 2 more.
All right, 2 more.
Miranda, I'm sorry, we had to go against you on this one.
All right. Now I don't like to do this either. Next up we got Kimari, 22. About Kimari, no bio.
Left.
My personal hell is living in Ohio.
Well, I get that. That's why I'm in PA, baby. Ohio by birth, PA by choice. Let's go Steelers.
There's some pictures from her camera roll. She's about 20 miles away from me. Man. This is boring. This woman is boring me.
I'm sorry, you just woke me up when you said this is boring. What's going on?
Yeah, I know, bro, because I'm sitting here reading through her profile.
Yeah, I'm out. To the left, to the left. All your shit is knit in a box to the left.
Let me check out Jessica real quick.
So while he's checking out Jessica, guys, so like we said before, we'd love to hear your online dating stories. Anything funny, crazy, stupid, good, bad, whatever it was. Ladies, if you ran into that nice guy that you finally gave a chance and it went bad, let's hear it. Guys, if you came across that bunny boiling nut job, I'd love to hear that story too. I bet I can beat it though.
All right, look, here's something. Let me put the nephews on a little bit of game. All right, I couldn't show that last profile because she had her kids in it. But this one's good. We got Ash, 22. About Ash, I need someone to go see Bailey Zimmerman with me next year. I've got 2 kids and they're my whole world.
Okay, the 2 kids in their whole world. I have 7 kids in my whole world. I have 8 kids and only 3 of them live with me and they're my whole world. Great. I'm glad you love your kids. It's way better than dating a girl who hates them. That would admit
she wants someone to go see Bailey Zimmerman with her next year.
I have no idea who that is.
Country artist.
Okay.
One thing you need to know about me is I don't do hookups or friends with benefits.
Stop the cap.
That's why you're on Bumble.
I'm a real nerd about Lego, Star Wars, and the Tudors.
I'm with her on the Legos and the Star Wars. I have not seen the Tudors.
Bro, I do not want to go out on a date with somebody who wants to play Legos.
Bruh.
What are we talking about here, dog?
I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you. I might. I love Legos.
My most important boundary is don't lie to me. I would rather have my feelings hurt than find out I was lied to.
Bless that bit.
Okay, but here's the thing. I want to get.
Bro, that's the most honest thing I've heard a woman say all night on these profiles.
And that's fantastic. But here's the thing I want to know. She likes Legos and she likes Star Wars. Does she have a Lego Star Wars set? Because if so, I'm going to tell you, swipe right.
I like about her boundary there. She's not far from me. She is kind of young, but and I've been trying to stay away from young. I call them YBs. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to stay away from YBs. Okay, so look, this is something I like that Bumble does. You can hook your Spotify up to it because I'm gonna see
I
what's
know I
like
did that.
I'm gonna see what's on her playlist. I want that. Maybe I should do that. I should start using Spotify just for that.
Dude, I thought you were already doing that. Do you have any idea how successful? All right.
No,
Yeah,
I haven't.
dude.
I've never used Spotify in my life.
Dude, I've gotten more messages based on the 3 songs I picked. They got their and there's the one that your Spotify anthem. I've gotten so many messages just because of the song I picked.
Yeah, well, it would all be like Joyner Lucas, Kevin Gates, the baby. Maybe some King Von. I don't know, bro.
That'll bring the YBs in, baby.
Yeah. All right. No, I'm gonna pass on her. I don't want to.
I gotta tell you, man, we're over, man.
I feel like at 22 years old, there's gonna be too much coaching involved to keep her on point. Like, I really shouldn't date women under 30. That's not a rule. It's not part of my program. If it was, it would be non-negotiable. But
This is what I told you. This is what I told you. You should like only swipe on Thursday nights because that's what dude. The girls that match with you on Mondays, you already saw by yesterday.
Oh yeah, I did have a couple that I matched with yesterday. I've already,
See, and folks, I was guessing there. I didn't actually know that for a fact. I was guessing.
All right, let me
well
check
done,
Kate.
William.
Let me check Katie out real quick. Well, that's the problem. I don't want to stay off of Bumble. I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm the black belt of Bumble. I need to be on it all the time, swiping on these women, vetting these women, eliminating these women, gaining even more experience than the nephews with these women. All right, Johnny, I think this is going to be our last one for tonight.
All right, here we go, folks. Here we go. Can we at least get one?
I don't know, Johnny. It's got a picture of her with a cat. Now, I don't have a problem with cats, but it's not, I don't feel the need to swipe on a profile just because I see a cat like I do with a cool dog. You know that how we're on here sometimes on Thursday.
Here's the thing. I'm curious about one thing. Is this profile for the human with a pet cat, or is this a profile for the cat with a pet human? Remember, dogs have owners, cats have a staff. Think about that.
36-year-old hopeless romantic. I know what I'm worth and I won't settle. I'm sassy, funny, independent, affectionate, and ready for the next big thing. My ideal match: tall, dark, handsome, left-leaning, not religious. Please note ENM or conservatives.
The only thing missing from this profile was hashtags.
Where to start?
I think we already know where we're going here.
Yeah, I know where I'm going. Left, but let's tell the nephews why.
So, number one, I don't mind that she's 36. Hell, I'm 45.
Yeah, 36.
Hopeless romantic. Now listen, hopeless romantic is the company line, but whatever. I know what I'm worth, and I won't settle. If you knew what you were worth, why are you telling us? Why is that not coming across in either the bio that you put here, or at least the first conversation we may or may not have? I'm sassy, funny, independent, affectionate. In other words, I expect you to put up with my shit.
That's
ready for the next big thing. In other words, I want you to ask me for the commitment. And remember what I told you about that, guys. When you ask for the commitment, you are basically telling her, hey, yeah, you're perfect for me. Don't change a thing. Let's go. My ideal match: tall, dark, and handsome. Anyway,
hey, tall, dark,
left-leaning,
muscular.
Left-leaning, you already threw politics in there, but that's great. If you could be a left-leaning moderate, that's fine. Whatever it is. I mean, but she threw the politics in there. I don't know what I think ENM is what ethically non-monogamous. Okay, cool. and I'm getting this, nor conservatives. So in other words, she doesn't want anybody who is going to disagree with her principles. She doesn't want anybody who's going to present a counterpoint. Otherwise, she wouldn't sit there and say no conservatives. What she is saying is, I don't want anybody who is going to counter my opinions. I want you to accept what I have to say, add to it, and then for some reason, I'm going to get bored with you, and I will have no idea why.
Well, yeah, she doesn't want to be challenged.
And I got to be honest with you, she wouldn't last a 5-minute conversation with me.
Same. My simple pleasures are a damn good cup of coffee.
Bless that bitch.
Curling up in a comfy spot and listening to whatever music I feel like at any time of the day.
Let me tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and agree with the quality cup of coffee because today I went and re-upped on my coffee that I make here at my house on a Time coffee maker, which I got to tell you, if the inventor of that was still alive, I would shake his hand like crazy. But it's a place in Pittsburgh called Nicholas. They've been around since 1919. And let me tell you something, folks. If you know coffee, you could try one cup of coffee from this place and know why they have been where they have been for the last century plus. So if you're ever in Pittsburgh, it's in Market Square. It's called Nicholas Coffee and Tea Company. And I'm going to tell you what, you will never have a better hot cup of coffee anywhere else in your life.
All right, Johnny, she says, the chapter I'm most proud of in my life is my current chapter. I feel more like myself than I have in years thanks to life-changing meds. I'm ready for anything.
That's a very, very roundabout way of saying, hey, I'm a free spirit, so don't stop me from having the kind of fun that I want to have. But
no, the psych meds. I bet it's some kind of psych
meds
for bipolar, borderline personality. Who knows? All right, she says, don't get mad if I get sassy. I'm sarcastic, witty. I like making little jokes all the time. How else can I survive this crazy life? I don't mind a woman
so Bill,
that can do a little bit of roasting.
At this point, I'm speaking as a friend who loves you. You should probably swipe left on this one.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, look, I'm never going to talk down on taking psych meds. I've taken them. I've known other people who have taken them, and you know, for some people they can be beneficial. The problem lies in when those meds are not taken. The problem lies in how severe the situation or the condition is. The problem lies in whether or not you are equipped to deal with the worst case scenario, because if you were going to be with this girl long term, you will see the worst case scenario.
John,
and being masculine and being able, having the ability to stand on business, those are great qualities to have. But when it comes to dealing with somebody who may or may not be all that, wound all that tight, you could be at the top of your game and still not be equipped to handle these kinds of things. I have always said that if I run across a woman who just tells me she has mental issues for any way, shape, or form, for any reason, whatever it happens to be, nothing against her, nothing against people in that situation, but I'm going to opt out. Not because I think that people with mental issues are bad people, because they're not. I'm opting out because I am not qualified. I am not equipped. I am not in a position to deal with the kinds of problems that sort of thing could cause. And so as a result, I don't want to waste her time. I don't want to waste my time. And that's to say nothing of the energy that would be wasted in that particular situation. So while I can respect your struggle with mental health and mental wellness, I'm going to go ahead and say that it hasn't been that long since I got mine straight. So I'm going to step away because I don't even know that I'm at 100%.
Well, here's the definitive line for me, because a lot of women have issues, and I'm big on self-improvement. If they're going to a therapist, if they have a therapist that they're regularly seeing,
great idea,
regularly talking to, and they're working on whatever issue it is that they have, I might be a little more willing to give him a shot and put him on the program.
Yeah.
But you also had a really good point. And I think a lot of the nephews don't understand that you don't really know a woman till she has like crashed out and you're like picking her up off the bathroom floor because she's crying and hyperventilating and just.
And that's if she's sober.
Episode.
That's when she's sober.
Oh, it happens.
Again, I'm not trying to trample on people who have had these issues in their life. Whether you've gotten through it or have succumbed to it, look, my hat goes off to you for fighting it in the first place. But at the same time, guys, you have your own struggles in your own life. You have your own things that you need to overcome. And even if you don't have anything to overcome, you still have a goal that you have to reach. You still have a plan that you have set to reach that goal. And if something like this comes into your life while you're in the midst of trying to make yourself better, and all she does is make you worse, the independent variable is how long you are going to stay in that situation before you realize, I got to get out. This is taking me backward, not forward. And it is not selfish for you to weigh that out. And don't ever think it is, because the minute you think it's selfish to weigh that kind of thing out, you have fallen under the thumb of complacency. And that's a place where I can't help you. Even as a personal trainer and a life coach, I can't help you if you are chained to that complacency. That's not just a ball and chain. That's a stake that you're going to be burned at if you don't figure out a way to overcome yourself, to conquer yourself, like Uncle Bill says.
Well said, Johnny. You know what? I've outgrown almost everything except real, so I am going to have to pass on this one tonight. And Johnny, that's going to do it for us. I don't think I got a single a swipe tonight.
No, you know what, though? But we have those nights, and I got to tell you, despite your lack of right swipes and despite my lack of approval for really any of the girls we've seen tonight, Bumble is actually one of the better apps that I've noticed. Now, I've used Tinder, I've used POF, they're garbage. Bumble has been pretty, for me, I've had some success on there. So as far as comparison, that's what I think. Again, just an opinion. But at the same time, remember one thing. If it costs you your dignity, it's too goddamn expensive. If you have to compromise your principles to get with somebody, then that means you're trying to shape somebody. You're trying to shape yourself to fit in somebody else's program. And that means that you don't have one of your own, which is not always the case, but a pretty good indicator you may not even know who you are. Learn who you are, respect who you are, and then love who you are, to the point where you're going to want to share it with other people. And guess what? If it's genuine, if it's really from the heart and the soul, you won't have to tell them. They'll see it. And you'll be what they call a magnetic personality. People will be drawn to you, especially when it comes to things like dating, respect, your place in this world. Even if you don't know what that is, you should at least know your significance to the people closest to you.
Well said, Johnny. All right, Miranda said you got to know yourself and your mental before being there for someone else's, or you'll do more harm than good. And it goes both ways.
Yep.
All right, Johnny, anything else before we wrap it up tonight? I just want to thank everybody who participated in the chat, left the comments, liked. We appreciate it all.
Well, two things. Number one, the Pens won tonight, 4-1 in Minnesota, baby. Let's go, Pens. And number two, that's right. And number two, between this moment and the moment you see us on Monday night, we've got an entire Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and Monday that's going to take place, which means that we will not be there to help you nor bail you out of jail. So please, no drugs or alcohol. But if you do drink, don't drive. If you do drive, don't park, because accidents cause people. Good night.
Yeah.